Get ready with a girl who's not a morning person. You're not the marrying kind. That's what my dad told me about 5 or 6 years ago. And to this very day, I wear that like a badge of honor. It was actually confirmed when I was with my most recent ex boyfriend. For the first year, our relationship was absolutely glorious. We didn't talk during the week, we'd only talk on Fridays and hang out on the weekends. The thing is, during the week, we both were extremely busy. I had a very high demanding job, and so did he. He came home, he was exhausted. I came home, I was exhausted. Me being who I am, I don't want to talk to you every day. We would occasionally text during the week. I wasn't worried about cheating, and that's something that I never made him feel like I was doing on my end. If he was cheating, what am I supposed to do about it now, right? During the weekend, we had plenty of fun. Lots of fun. We also went to restaurants, we went on dates. Perfect relationship for me. Now, a year after we were together, he ran into issues with his job. And in turn, he was suspended. It was definitely, I will say this, it was unjust what they did to him. Nonetheless, he lost his job, or he was just suspended for a very long time, with pay, mind you. With the prospect of him losing his job, he decided to forego his apartment and move to Arizona, where he can be with his elderly parents. And his parents were old as hell and extremely sickly. So I completely understood. I do feel like that was kind of the downfall of our relationship, because this man moved to Arizona and wanted to talk every single day. I tried to convince this man to get a job while he was on suspension, but the man refused. He refused to work. I have no idea what he did during the day. Honestly, I don't care. But he wanted to talk 5 days a week, all day, every day. And it started to become an issue because I got so used to our perfect relationship of us not talking every day and only talking and hanging out on the weekends to go into something that, I'm sorry, like, no disrespect, has nothing to do with me. I didn't lose my job. I didn't move out of my apartment to go help my parents. Sorry, like, my life remained the same and his life changed. I don't want to talk every day. I don't have anything to talk about every goddamn day. I don't even post on here every goddamn day because there's only so much I can say. Occasionally, he would come back to California to visit. Whilst him visiting, I would get annoyed because I would be working and he wanted to talk and hang out all day. When my kids would come home from school, he would want to hang out and talk all day. He would just stay in my room because it was very awkward with him being around my children, and he wanted me in the room all day. At that moment, during that time, I realized that this is something I could not do anymore. He would leave town to go back to Arizona, and it would be a breath of fresh air. I was so happy to have my space back. I was so happy to have him gone. I thugged it out for about 6 months. So finally, he wanted to come to town for a doctor's appointment, and I had to fake like I had COVID. I just didn't want him all up in my space. Or no, I take that back. I faked that my daughter or niece had COVID. I don't remember. It's not that important. So he ended up getting an Airbnb or staying at a hotel. I'm not really sure. I may have had dinner with him, but that's the extent of it. Then I just stopped talking to him every day because after I got off my after I got off work of my stressful job, the last thing I wanted to do was talk to him. I want to be left alone. I don't want to talk. I just simply want to get out of my head. Days became weeks, and finally I was able to talk to him. He blamed me for his woes. He told me I was the cause of his high blood pressure. I was the cause of his stress, simply because we did not talk every single day. Verbatim, he told me he wanted me to come to him with all my woes, come to him with all my worries. He even brought up me having a child, us being a family. Sensing that I was trying to pull away, he also mentioned that he wanted to get married. Unfortunately, that's not something I wanted. The final straw was him coming to my home after I had a long day at work, cleaned the kitchen, everyone's fed. He asked for a glass of water. After finishing said glass of water, he leaves the glass of water on the table in my living room. I saw my life flash before my eyes, and I knew I had to get the fuck out. I will never let my life's potential be stunted by a man's incompetence. I will die on that hill. So if that means that I will never get married, then so be it. I don't mind being single. I love being single. I love being surrounded by my community of women, strong women. So, here's the finished look.